Hello and welcome back to episode 10 of Unknown to World Known Club 4. We're back once again with Inter Milan, and we are on the verge of securing the top spot in our Champions League group. So we've been on a bit of a run since you were last with us. We beat Spezia 5-1 and Salernitana 3-0. We then had a 0-0 draw with Atletico Madrid, which was fine in the away game. We then beat Verona 3-0. However, Atalanta, who are becoming a bit of a bogey team for us, beat us 1-0. We bounced straight back with a 2-0 win against Borussia Dortmund, which put us into the top spot. We then beat Roma 4-2 pretty comfortably before a little bit of a shock loss to Juventus, who for the most part we've had the better of, particularly in the league. But they did pick up a win on this occasion. However, we bounced back again with a 1-0 win against Udinese. Today we've got Başakşehir to secure the top spot in the Champions League group, and Benevento as well. And of course we'll then have the Champions League draw included. In the league, we are currently 5 points clear of Napoli behind us, and then Juventus are a further 2 points back. Yeah, we have potential to be even further ahead. If we beat Atalanta and Juventus, we would have been absolutely flying. We're still in a very good position, however. And in the Champions League, we are qualified from our group. However, a win today sees us secure the top spot. In fact, a draw might even do that as well. And then, of course, we can go and find out who we've got in the next round. But first of all, let's go and secure that top spot. And the lineup to try and do that, we've got Zano in goal, Skriniar, Fabinho and Harwood-Bellis as back three, Martins and Balde as the wing-backs, Kaya and Badrami in midfield, Rivadeneira and Sokol on the wings, and Real up front. So we've got a little bit rotated just because, we're only looking for a draw, so we might as well take that chance to make sure we can have fresh legs ready for back in the league games. Free kick just outside the box for Başakşehir, and Zano has absolutely spilt it. We might have got away with this if it is offside. I don't think it was. It was offside. Zano has definitely got away with one there. That was poor goalkeeping. A header that was straight at him, and he's managed to spill it directly to one of their players. Balde with the throw in from the left-hand side, and Harwood-Bellis is going to bring it inside. We switch the play and then go back to Zano, who plays it out to Skriniar. Badrami. Ball down the wing to Martins, who's got a lot of space to work with. Whips across him. Real's in there, and Real heads it just wide of the post. And we have reached half-time. It's been an incredibly disappointing first half. We've only had one shot. It wasn't on target. And at the moment, it's actually Başakşehir that are in control of the game. Badrami with a corner kick from the left. Harwood-Bellis with the header. We lead 1-0. That goal should be enough for us to maintain a result here, pick up a win, keep our momentum going, and, as I say, secure top of the group. Martins throws the ball into Badrami, goes inside to Kaya, back to Martins, who's going to attack the space. Real tries to switch the play, but it was a poor ball to try and find Sokol, and Başakşehir are back in control far easier than we would like to see that possession be given away. Mabel going down the right-hand side here for Başakşehir. Cross goes in. Skriniar wasn't there to win it, but Zano this time does hold the shot. And then he's going to go long event. Zano goes long to Real. Rivadeneira finds Sokol on the left. Plays it off to Balde. Back inside to Sokol. Kaya to Badrami. Shot into the bottom corner. A lovely low-driven shot by Badrami. It's 2-0 now, and that is game over. We can have a little look at some subs. Possibly Harwood-Bellis, try and get a couple of the main guys off, ready for the league game at the weekend. Skriniar with a free kick plays it inside to Kaya, and then Badrami to Real. Out to the left for Sokol, who goes back over the top towards Rivadeneira. He somehow got to it, and then Mertens and Badrami had a few attempts between them. Bastoni with a free kick just inside the Başakşehir half. Fabinho sends it out to the right. Martins has brought it down very nicely. Can he lay it off to Real? He can. To Badrami, 3-0. We wrap it up. it's been very comfortable in the second half. The first half wasn't very good. However, the first half we were also using the gegenpress. The second half I switched it to the vertical tiki-taka, and yeah, it seems to be doing as good. It seems to be doing as very good. Sokol with a corner finds Bastoni. It's 4-0, and we are absolutely cruising in Turkey now. Game's all over. The group is completely decided that we're finishing top. I'm not sure how Dortmund and Atletico are getting on. Let's have a little look. It's 2-2 at the moment, so second place is still up for grabs. And we see out a 4-0 win in Turkey. The second half was completely different. I think what we're going to do is go back to the vertical tiki-taka in the first half of games as well, because it clearly works. Atletico and Dortmund do draw in the end, which means Dortmund join us in the next round. And the lineup for the game against Benevento, we have Bijlow in goal, a back three of Upamecano, Bastoni and Skriniar. Singo and Ruggeri are the wing-backs. Neves and Sergei in midfield. Then Kuhn on the right, Richarlison on the left, and Lautaro up front. Singo with a throw-in from the right gets it almost to Kuhn, but instead he loses out on the ball. Milanese receives it and goes back to Tello and Marchisa. Long ball forward, Bastoni wins. Ruben Neves out to Skriniar, and then forward to Richarlison. He cuts inside, ball through to Lautaro Martinez. It's 1-0. We lead after just under half hour of the game against Benevento, who are a team that are in a relegation battle, so we would expect to be beating them. However, also in Italy, I feel like teams are very likely to have very good defensive teams, and yeah, we found our way through. Throw in for Benevento on the right hand side. Milanese goes across to Tello and then forward to Singi Laini, I want to say his name was. A long ball forward has found Di Serio, which I'll be honest, Singo should have been a bit more prepared for that. Sergei wins it back though. Kuhn is breaking away with him. He's got Milinkovic-Savic to his right. He's bringing it all the way over to the left, however. He's got men in the middle, in the box. Ruggeri crosses it in. It goes a bit too deep for Sergei. Singo brings it in, sends it across. Richarlison at the far post. That's 2-0. That is a comfortable goal. We now lead 2-0. This one's only come 5 minutes or so after the first, and puts us well on our way to what should be another win on the board, and hopefully another step closer towards the title. Upamecano with a short free kick to Milinkovic-Savic. Neves finds Kuhn. Lautaro back to Milinkovic-Savic. Ruggeri on the left crosses it in, and Gigot has scored. I'm fairly sure, if you watched him there, I'm pretty sure he's bowing because it was a brilliant volley into the back of his own net. We are getting a goal review, which I'm not really sure what there is to question here, because clearly nothing wrong there. And he's just kicked it in the back of his own net. Why was there ever a VAR check? And at half-time, it's 3-0. It's looking comfortable. We're up to 12 men. They're down to 10 because Gigo is on our side, clearly. And looking very good. We start with a highlight from the goal kick. Skriniar's played it to Bastoni and back to the keeper. This is a type of football that we've become a bit more accustomed to. I think the gegenpress, it was worth giving a go. It just doesn't really suit. Whether it's the formation or the players, I'm not sure, but the vertical tiki-taka just works better for us here. Sule plays it back to Milanese and then cuts inside across the box to the far post. Di Serio has maybe equalised. The referee is doing a VAR check. I'm guessing this was on the pass to the guy on the wing that put it across the box, and it is coming back as being disallowed. That's quite surprising, I'll be honest. I didn't spot anything wrong with that. I imagine it's from this. Yeah, I mean, it's harsh, but it is offside. But as I say, that was where I suspected it would be from. Thrown on the right for Benevento now. Sule goes back to Tello and then forward to Fio Di Lasso to Sule. And there's nothing wrong with that one. Benevento have got one back. And hopefully this doesn't turn into anything like a comeback from here. We should have enough about us to prevent that from ever becoming a thing. But then we should have had enough about us to stop us from conceding 2 goals, even if one was slightly offside, in about 3 minutes. Going to bring Neves off for Carlos in centre mid just because of the yellow card. I don't like having my centre mids on yellow cards. Singo with a long throw into the box. Lautaro Martinez is in there, nods it on, but doesn't quite manage to keep it under the bar. Skriniar has picked up a knock, so we're going to bring him off for Harwood Bellis. And our final change, Milinkovic-Savic coming off for Nagel in the middle. Ruggieri with a corner kick towards the far post. It's headed away though. Kuhn collects it. Back to Ruggieri on the right-hand side. Lays it off to Upamecano. He chips it through to Richarlison. But Richarlison looked like he was stood about 4 yards offside there. So I'm fairly sure this one's being disallowed. And it has been done so. It says fractionally offside. To me, it looked a lot further. Yeah, it's not fractional at all. It's well offside. No question. Another corner kick now. Ruggieri to the far post. And I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I think Upamecano headed it down. The keeper saved it, but dropped it straight to Ivan Carlos, who might have been offside from the header from Upamecano. And he was. That one, it says, is a clear offside. I guarantee you, this one was not as obvious as the previous one. It was still pretty obvious on the replay. But 3-1 win. We move further clear at the top of the league. Juventus and Napoli are playing later in the day. I'll let you know what happens with them as we come back for the Champions League draw. But put ourselves, as it stands, 8 points clear. I think one of them's got Udinese, which is never an easy game. You never know what could happen there. We actually got knocked out by Benfica in the Europa League or Europa Conference League with Marseille a couple of seasons ago. So a little bit of revenge for me coming up here. And it's a decent draw, to be fair. When you look at some of the teams that are on the side of the draw that finished second, really the only teams, I should say, that would have been, similar level would be Real Sociedad and Celtic. I probably would have slightly preferred Celtic. Does look like Marseille went out of the group, however. In fact, let me correct that. They won't be in the Champions League this year because I don't think they finished in the top 4 last year. Where did they end up? We'll have a quick little look. They finished 5th. So it was a good season, but not quite what they wanted. However, they did qualify from their group. And so far, they're sat 7th in the league at the moment, which again, not doing too bad. Hopefully they can push up a little bit, although they do need to finish top 3 for Champions League football again, which is a bit more unlikely to happen, especially without me there, but, we'll ignore that. So what we will do is we will come back. I don't know where we're going to come back. We'll get quite a bit done in this gap, I think. Maybe we'll come back for Milan. I think that would fall somewhere around the Italian Cup quarter or semi-final if we get to that stage. So I think we'll come back around there, and then after that we can come back for the second leg of the Champions League tie. That sounds like a plan to me. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment your prediction for our Champions League run. How far do you think we can go this season? Ideally, I'd like to go all the way, but that might be easier said than done. Subscribe if you are enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.